independent football. With Army, Boston College, Navy, Notre Dame, Pittsburgh, Rutgers, Syracuse, Temple, and West Virginia. Today's game is brought to you by Rolling Rock Beer, same as it ever was.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Steve Martin, along with former Princeton and Connecticut coach Bob Cacciola. And Bob, another great American football tilt this afternoon with West Virginia taking on, of course, Maryland. We talked about Major Harris being such a controlling factor for the West Virginia offense. But, you know, when you're a good quarterback, there are a lot of things that go into that equation, and one of those is a very good West Virginia offensive line.
An excellent offensive line, not only experienced but big. And the tackles in Phillips and Smiter are fine run blockers as well as pass pro blockers. And inside they have John Stroya, Bob Kovac, and of course Koken at center. They're all experienced. They're big, and that's the test today. Can the Maryland defense, particularly their down linemen and linebackers, handle this offensive line? If they can, it could be a long day for them.
You know, Maryland lost a lot of people because of graduation, especially at the skill positions, but they don't have the cupboard bare because Neil O'Donnell is their quarterback, and he brings a lot to their offense.
He sure does. He's 6'3".
As you see, 63 degrees. We'll have light rain to continue throughout the afternoon. They're expecting a tapering off a little bit later on, but still, with the relative humidity high and all the rain that we've had, there's going to be some wet conditions. As you look at Joe Krivak in his second season at Maryland, he spent a lot of years as an assistant coach in the system at Maryland. He was there 5 years. He's been an assistant for 18 years in other places. And Don Nealon and his staff approaching the sidelines. Don's had a great career here at West Virginia University. Right now, 60-35-1, the winningest coach in West Virginia University football history. Maryland has won the toss, and they have decided to defer their option to the second half. West Virginia will take the offensive side of the field first, and we'll get our first look at Charlie Bauman to do the kicking honors, of course, for West Virginia University. And we expect Mike Beasley and Bryn Lowry to be back deep, of course, for the University of Maryland. Maryland opening up with a win over Louisville. They're a team, Bob, that is very multiple as far as their offense is concerned. They like to throw to their backs.
They sure do. They like to throw to the backs and let those backs get the football in a position where they can run in the open field, and we'll see a lot of that today.
All right, there's Dan Plotke kicking off for Maryland, and back deep for West Virginia, Darren Fulton. Fulton, an excellent kick returner. Fulton is one of the deep backs. Andra Johnson, the other deep back. The 63,500 getting set to take in what should be an excellent football game this afternoon. We're glad you're spending some time with us with great American independent football. Dan Plotke getting set to kick off, and we'll be underway on a Saturday afternoon of football. Plotke's kick. This is Fulton at the goal line. Out to the 15, gets out to about the 25-yard line. Tackle is going to be made by Glenn Page, a linebacker defensively, and this is where West Virginia will set up shop first and 10, a 25-yard return. And there is Major Harris. He's the leader of that offensive crew. Two good running backs. Reggie Rembert, an excellent junior college transfer who's had an impact on this program real early. And that line, as we talked about before, Kevin Koken, Bob Kovac, John Stroya, all of those fifth-year seniors, and most of those guys are starting in their third season. First and 10, Harris, second back through. This is going to be Brown. Brown coughs up the football, and it's going to be West Virginia picking it up. Koken recovers. But now they say Maryland picks up the football. They blew it dead when Maryland picked it up originally, then it squirted loose again. Big turnover in this game. Let's see it.
Here we see it as Brown hits off the left side. He avoids a couple of tackles here, and in his effort to get onto the right side of the field here, he's hit, and as he goes down, he just fumbles the football. Now watch this white shirt coming in from the top of the screen. Never gets it. Strictly Maryland's football. Great field position.
Rick Fleece is the man who picks it up, so we quickly see Maryland offensively with Neil O'Donnell on the West Virginia 19. High backfield, second man through is Beasley. And Beasley gets inside the 15 down to about the 12. Let's take a look at Maryland's offense right now. There's O'Donnell, and Beasley. He's so fast, he's moved Bryn Lowry over to the fullback spot.
Very quick and knifes through that line of scrimmage. Got good blocks on the right side. That time from his right guard, John Rugg, and his center mark agent.
And Rich Nelson is also a veteran in there. Second down coming up now, and 3 at the 12-yard line. Beasley with a pitch, turning the corner at the 10. He's close for a score. Is he in there? Yes! Touchdown, Maryland.
What a turn of events. Look at Joe Krivak. Got the ball right back, right in the end zone immediately, using Beasley, number 1, the sophomore from Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Got a great block on the corner. There he is. A sophomore at 5'10", 184 pounds. Great speed, playing from the tailback position. Gets that ball in the end zone. Good offensive blocking as we watch the try for the extra point.
69th straight attempt for Plocky, and he's made them all. He makes that one, and in a game that was much like last year, except the opposite way, Maryland up in front by 7.
Here's a toss to the corner. He's following the block of Lowry, number 32 on the corner. He knocks down the defensive end, and then it's all Beasley into the end zone. The cornerback, Mays, comes up a little bit too far inside with his speed. Capable of putting points on the board. They just got to go back and look at this as a no-score game right now.
You saw Darren Fulton. He's deep. Andre Johnson and Eugene Napoleon are underneath him. Here's Plocky's kick, and this is Fulton 10 yards deep. He won't come out. So West Virginia comes out on offense, having only seen one play from scrimmage so far, and there's the drive. 2 plays, 19 yards. Took them 40 seconds to do it. They capitalize on the turnover, and Beasley goes in from 12 yards out.
Okay, experience in that backfield as there is up on that offensive line.
Slot right formation, and Majors rolling. And he's going to keep at the 20, down to the 22-yard line, and he's brought down by Kevin Folks.
That's the strong safety, Kevin Folks, the sophomore, coming up as he made the play, and that's the defensive line. As you look at it, Walsh, the linebacker, along with Jack Bradford, and the down lineman Brunson, and Powers, an outstanding player, and Rick Fleece, the nose guard.
Inside people, Scott Whittier and Scott Saylor. We'll also see Matt D'Amico, a co-captain. And the defensive backs, they like Smith and Brown. They're the anchors back there. 2nd and 8. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be Brown. Brown open to the 30-yard line, and he's got the first down before he's brought down by Whittier. And he's also brought down by J.B. Brown.
Excellent job here by the left side of the offensive line. Number 68, Rick Phillips, the tackle, pulls to his left and leads on this play. He gets the block on the corner right there, number 47, Walsh, the linebacker, and that gives him a chance to get up inside. He's holding onto that football, and he gets the first down.
And with good reason. There were 6 turnovers last year by West Virginia in their game with Maryland. They'd like to correct that today, but they've already got 1 on the board. First down on the 8-yard gain, and here's Brown again. And the corner is shut off. Carl Edwards, Kevin Folks on the stop.
They're just looking to get the ball to Anthony Brown, get him on the corner. If he stretches it out enough, he's looking to turn it back inside. The first seam he can see. That time, the Maryland defense pursued well and didn't give him a chance to cut back, and he slipped on that turf.
So Harris so far this season, 13 for 20, 256 yards. Back to throw. Has lots of time. Looking for a man. That was Phillips, and Lamont on the pattern looked like they got mixed up.
Too close to each other. Both Phillips and Lamont came too close to each other here. He has plenty of time. If you give Major Harris this kind of time, he's going to burn you. And what it is a deep sideline cut by the inside receiver Lamont, and Phillips is trying to get upfield. There's the confusion. 2 receivers much too close to each other. Mistake in the pattern, I believe, run by them. So it's an incompletion, and now he's looking at 3rd and long.
Reggie Rembert out. Phillips is in. Grantis Bell in there too, rolling to the top side. This is Harris looking for a man open. Phillips overthrew it. Incomplete, and the punting unit comes on. And Lance Carrion is going to come on from New Kensington, Pennsylvania. Brent Lowry is deep, the lone step back for Maryland. They're showing 10 men on the line of scrimmage. Carrion with a 40-yard average. There's the kick. Lowry at the 27 drops it, and it's finally brought down by West Virginia's Ron Weaver, playing on the special teams. Nice play by Weaver. 46-yard punt, -1 on the return. So Maryland will take care of the ball right now, as we'll be back. 11 left to go in the first period rather. Here's O'Donnell, and the inside handoff to Lowry. Not much there. So there's Lowry on the stop. We asked Joe Krivak about having the week off after playing Louisville 2 weeks ago.
Because of the fact that you go through preseason, you get your team ready to play. And though we played and made a lot of mistakes against Louisville, I thought we hustled and we played hard. And then all of a sudden, you know, you got to take a week off. So we try to do it as best we could. We try to maintain some intensity. We even did some scrimmaging, and, you know, we made it a pretty physical week because we felt we had to do that in order to maintain this continuity. And we're a relatively young team, and we thought that was important as well. And, you know, we're going to find out tomorrow come 12 o'clock just how much that week on, you know, maybe helped us or hurt us. But there's no way of telling. But if you had your choice, you'd much prefer to have the open date, you know, about mid-season.
West Virginia holding their own defensively. 3rd and 10. Here's Beasley. Beasley's loose at the 40. Nobody ahead of him. He'll go all the way to score. Touchdown, Maryland. 13-0 on a 74-yard run by Mike Beasley from 3rd and 10. The week off didn't hurt Mike Beasley any.
They catch him here. They're looking at 3rd and 10. They're thinking pass. They come up and run the option into the sideline. Watch this. Here comes O'Donnell down the line, fakes to the fullback, gets the ball in the corner right away to Beasley. Where is the cornerback? He's being blocked, and he is out of the picture, and there's the speed of Mike Beasley. He can fly. 4.540, and he's in the end zone for his second score. And this is a big, big play again.
So the extra point is good. Maryland on top by a score of 14-0. 2 runs by Mike Beasley. What a day he's had. 94 yards, 96 yards rushing already. That series took only 3 plays and only consumed about 1 minute and 13 seconds as you look at Beasley walking behind the Maryland sideline.
There's Don Nalen, and he now is very concerned. You look at the situation. A year ago at this time, about the same period in the first period, he was in front by 2 scores. Now he's down by 2, and he's got to be thinking.
Here comes a kick by Plucky. Back in the end zone, Fulton again, and once again he won't get a chance to return. Let's take another look at that 3rd and 10 play.
Very fine spring practice. Emerged as a leading tailback.
West Virginia operating out of the eye with Taylor and Brown. This is Harris. Harris looked like a busted play, gets over the 20 and not much more.
It was a busted play. He was looking to hand the ball to his tailback, Brown, on a sprint draw action. Brown thought it was a pass, busted play. Now it's time for Major Harris to get this club together.
Here's how they did it. Beasley 74 yards out on a 3rd and 10 play in 3 plays, 1 minute and 13 following the West Virginia punt. Grandis Bell comes wide to the sideline. Looking at the I formation on 2nd and 9. Handoff goes to the second man through. Lots of running room for Brown. A.B. Anthony Brown, the transfer. Three plays, 1 minute and 13 following the West Virginia punt. Harris, hands off. This is Brown again, near midfield. Wholesale yardage off the left side of that offensive line.
They just decided to go right after him. They're just going to block him up front with that experienced line, try to get some first downs, get back in this ball game, get better field position, and they've done it on 2 consecutive plays.
11 yards that time.
We're looking at a very experienced front line for West Virginia. We talked about the tackles. Phillips and Smiter, the guards, Stroya and Kovac, and the center Koch, and all seniors. All have started, all have played. They're big and they're very mobile.
1st and 10 near midfield. Here's a handoff, first man through. That's going to be Taylor. Taylor pulls his way to the 45-yard line. Tackled inside there by Mark Walsh, among others. Rick Fleece, the nose guard, getting up from the pile as well. 2nd and 5. Here is Brown once again to the 40, close to another first down. Fulks is there. Brown getting the inside game, but not seemingly able to turn the corner on.
Well, I'm sure that Don Nalen said, hey, let's just go after him. We've got to get some first downs. Let's establish our offense and get back in this ball game, and that's what it's come to. Now they've got field position. They want to build a little confidence in themselves and hold on to this football. They're trailing by 2 touchdowns early here in this ball game.
Out of the eye. This is Harris. He'll keep. He's got enough. Harris calls his own number down to the 37-yard line, led by Kochen among others.
That's where he knows where those sticks are. 3rd down. runs the option, decides to keep the football and get the first down, and he's brought this crowd back, and they were quiet. Watch it here. Rides the fullback in. That's Taylor, 20. Keeps the ball. Gets a good block again on the corner from Phillips and Stroya, the guard. And he's got the first down.
Second leading rusher he was last year for West Virginia. 1st and 10 for the Mountaineers. First man through. That's Taylor again. Taylor tackled by D'Amico, and he had help.
That's co-captain Mike D'Amico, the senior. From
2nd and 6 coming. Make it 2nd and 7. Out of the eye. Here's the option. Harris pitches to Brown at the 30. Headed for the corner. He's got the first down inside the 20-yard line at the 17. Kevin Folks is there to run him out.
And you just saw the rest of the play. That's that option. He fakes to the fullback.
15-yard gain for West Virginia, trailing by 2 TDs, but they're inside the Maryland 20. Here's the fullback, Taylor. Taylor over the 15, gets down close to about the 13-yard line. Folks has been in a lot of tackles along with Chad Sidnor.
Folks is the strong safety, but what they're doing now is they're blocking the nose man. They're blocking Rick Fleece, 96, Koken and Kovac, the guards, and they're getting up on the linebackers. And when that happens, if that nose man cannot play off that block, he puts a lot of pressure on his linebackers, and that's why they're running successfully inside.
And against the dark backdrop of those West Virginia uniforms, you get an idea of how hard it's raining on the field here at Mountaineer Field. 2nd down and 5. Ball at the 12-yard line. Handoff. Second man through. That's going to be Brown once again, and he gets down to the 10-yard line. Picked up there by Chad Sidnor. Up that started at the West Virginia 20. 3rd down. Maryland up by 2 scores. First man through, that's Taylor. Drops the football. Maryland recovers at the 5. Picking up the ball is Irvin Smith. He stops the West Virginia drive inside the 10-yard line. The 2nd turnover of the day for West Virginia.
It looked like he had a touchdown. He just dropped the ball on the ground. Watch this block. Watch the center, Koken, working on the nose man. Fleece, there's the block. He turns him. It's wide open. He gets hit right there, and coming across from the right side was Saylor, the linebacker. The ball is there. Maryland, very opportunistic, gets the football here and averts a score.
So they start from their own 5. They won't mind. 1st and 10, Maryland. Close operating run. Beasley again, hit behind the line of scrimmage. Pickett leading the charge, and Willie Edwards comes up from the strong corner to finish it all.
Experienced player came up to make the hit, threw him for a loss. Maryland's now looking at a 2nd and long.
6:06 left in the first quarter. Maryland 14, West Virginia nothing. Here's O'Donnell. Lowry has the ball. Nothing doing.
They're swarming now, and they should be.
Ronaldo Turnbull making the tackle, helping out, one of many. He's from St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands.
Turnbull is a big one. He's 6'5", 234, a senior. Leads this team. He's tied with a young freshman named Grant with 14 tackles, but he is a big obstacle playing at outside linebacker position.
Taking the place of injured Dale Jackson, an outside linebacker today. 3rd down coming up. O'Donnell plays it safe and goes to Lowry. Lowry cuts it up over the 5 to about the 8-yard line. Turnbull in on the tackle, as well as Fox.
Okay, here's a great opportunity for West Virginia to get field position. The punter's going to be in the end zone kicking this football, or very near to it. They got a chance to get this ball back, get in close. They got to get a score soon.
Grandis Bell back to receive the kick. To kick, it's Dan DeArmas from Miami. 4 punts, 35-yard average. Here comes the kick. Bell at the 45. Cutting back. Not much room. He down at the 42-yard line. Not bad field position for the Mountaineers. A 36-yard punt and a 3-yard return. 4:49 left. Looks on for the Mountaineers in his own territory. Here's Andre Johnson. First carry of the day inside the 30-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 12 yards.
Andre Johnson, the senior, the other tailback from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, number 34, running off the left side behind Phillips and Stroya, the left guard, and looking Kovac pulling around, leading him up on the linebacker. Kovac, number 55. That's a lot of size, and that is a big hole. And look at the yardage. First down inside the 30.
12 yards on the play. West Virginia, 1st and 10. Here's the fullback this time around. And that is Johnson, the tailback Johnson, once again inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line.
That time he's looking to run over the right guard. He broke it back over the left guard because the linebackers for Maryland are so conscious now of flowing to the first fake, and because of that he cut it back and got yardage.
Picking up the tackle now for Maryland. 2nd down and 5. Harris hands to the fullback. That's Aaron Evans inside the 10, down to the 5. He drags people to the 4-yard line. J.B. Brown and Kevin Folks travel with him down there, but a big gain of 20 yards.
Maryland cannot hold up. Look at inside. Watch the block by the center, Koken. He just turns the nose guard. They turn the tackle down. They block the linebacker, and you've got a bull like Evans at 5'10", 229, rambling in the open field.
Averaging 5.2 a carry. He's from Richmond, Virginia, and he's a redshirt sophomore. West Virginia knocking on the door. 1st and goal inside the 5. In motion, Rembert. Here's Johnson. Touchdown. It didn't take long for West Virginia to convert excellent field position from the 42 of Maryland into a touchdown. Undra Johnson carries it in from the 4-yard line.
We talked about it early, that the offensive line was the key because their experience and their size is a factor, their speed, and they really came home. Here in this drive and the one before when they fumbled, as we watch the extra point, and it's good, they're back in the ball game.
Charlie Bauman kicks the field goal, the point after touchdown. Let's take a look at it again.
But watch this line come off the ball, just turn people down. Fullback leads up, and Johnson, Undra Johnson, the senior, and he can.
Of 4 backs, actually 5 backs if you count Napoleon.
That's exactly right. They get very conscious of Harris and what he's doing. Forget about the rest of those guys, and they can run.
All right, Charlie Bauman getting set to kick off. Deep back. It's going to be Beasley and Lowry. Here's Bauman's kick. At the 8. This is Lowry. Cuts up field and is hit and brought down at the 27-yard line. So at the 27, that's where Maryland will set up shop. Taking the tackle is Charlie Fedorko, who really position. 2 wideouts for Maryland. Here comes O'Donnell, first time to the air. O'Donnell's ball is tipped, incomplete. Let's take a look at that again as we see West Virginia putting on all kinds of pressure. Mike Fox and Chris Parker.
That time they come out on a 1st down play and they go play action. Good call. They've been running the football. Little fake to the tailback. He's looking to go back to his right side, but up in his face, right there, is number 61, the defensive tackle Mike Fox of West Virginia. And he bats the ball away, and they're looking at 2nd and 10.
Fox, a reserve last year, getting lots of playing time this year. And we've got a whistle right as they come to the line of scrimmage. It's our first penalty of the football game this afternoon. Let's see, back in the opposite direction. Joins to the bottom of your screen, just passed out of the picture there. That is Johnson in motion to the top.
Oh, boy.
O'Donnell with a big rush on Pickett. Floors him for a sack.
There's number 45, Robert Pickett, the senior from Miami, Florida, and he loves to come on the corner, the right side of the screen, unblocked, comes clean. Nobody to pick him up. O'Donnell never had a chance. In this situation, the defense can't afford to gamble. They just put a lot of pressure on him.
And, of course, now, as you look at Pickett, the senior and a leader, he moved inside and outside. A loss of none brings up a 3rd and 24. Obvious passing situation here for the Terrapins, and that's what you want your defense to do. Dictate, and they are dictating right now. There you see the 3rd down conversions. Maryland needs 25 to pay off. Screen pass. It is complete, and it's going to be to Spinelli, Dennis Spinelli. But it's way short of the 1st down, and Chris Herring makes a nice stop.
That was a real, this is coming alive, as is the offense for West Virginia.
Dan DeArmas to kick for Maryland. Rushes on. He got it. Grandis Bell at his 34 calls for the fair catch. We talked to Coach Joe Krivak, 2nd-year coach of the Maryland.
On the field just, for any prolonged period of time. So I think offensively, we've got to be able to move the ball. We've got to be able to put points on the board, and I think we've got to be able to keep our defense off the field and not give them any real easy plays. And I think, to me, that's not only the key to this football game, but to any football game.
Well, his defense has been on the field a lot of late because West Virginia's moving the football on the ground. You know, it's interesting. Joe Krivak started his coaching career in Weirton, West Virginia, in high school, and moved on to the college ranks from there.
I wonder if he feels like this is home today.
Oh, I don't think so with the noise and the crowd, but he's ahead still. He's just got to hang in on defense a little better.
After Major Harris's 4-yard gain, it's 2nd and 6, and this is under Johnson again over the 45. He's got a first down.
That was just a missed tackle. The linebacker, Scott Whittier, came up. He had a shot at him right on the line of scrimmage, and he missed it. And that gave Johnson a chance to break through and make yardage.
So it's a first down. It's a gain of about 7 on the play. Brings him out to the 46-yard line. Mark Walsh on the tackle for Maryland. Maryland leading 14-7 with 1:43 left to go in the first period of play. West Virginia dominating the first down statistics. Here's Johnson. Over midfield again. We talked to Coach Don Nealon about some of the keys for his Mountaineers in winning this football game today.
Well, I think we have to change up our coverages, number one, on those folks. And for us, we just have to play good football and not drop the ball. Heavens, last year we had 6 turnovers against them, and they beat us by, I think, 4 points with 6 turnovers. You can't beat anybody with 6 turnovers.
West Virginia's already had 2 turnovers today. One has haunted them, directly turned into a touchdown by Maryland. It's 2nd and short. Here's the reverse, and this is Rembert. Rembert has the first down and more. Folks and Sidnor on the tackle along with Irvin Smith.
A great block by the tight end, Keith Wynn, number 81, who made it possible for Reggie Rembert, the split receiver, the junior college transfer out of Kansas. Watch this flip back here. Here he comes. As he comes around, watch the block by 81 right there. That makes it possible. He's on the corner with good yardage. Rembert is 6'6", 200 pounds. 200-pound receiver from Florida.
At the Maryland 34. There's the West Virginia offense. They put some yardage on the board. Here's a handoff. This is Aaron Evans. This time the going is a little rougher, down to about the 32-yard line. Walsh helps out on the tackle along with Smith, and making the brunt of the blow there is Warren Powell.
The down linemen and the linebackers for Maryland. That's where the pressure is right now.
2nd down and 7. Ball at the 32. Harris on the option, pitches at the last moment to Johnson. First down. Inside the 23 to the 22-yard line, Smith and Kevin Folks in on the tackle, and that ends the first period of play. The Maryland Terrapins lead West Virginia by a score of 14-7, but the Mountaineers are moving. Second quarter action after this word from your local station.
Up in support on that pitch.
1st and 10, West Virginia to Maryland 23. Handoff, second man under Johnson. Inside the 20 down to about the 18. Ball looked like it was going to pop loose. Jack Bradford in on the initial stop. Also helping out for Maryland, number 96, Rick Fleece.
Inside, running behind Koch in the center, the senior from Youngstown, Ohio, 2-year starter. He's the leader in the offensive line, co-captain, 6'2", 263.
A lot of Maryland statistics come off Mike Beasley's 74-yard run. 2nd down and 6. Johnson again slips and falls and just gets back to the line of scrimmage, if that.
Andre Johnson played a lot of football here in his career. He's a power runner. He breaks tackles. He's 10th in career rushing in this school. So it shows you how long he's been here and how well he's played. But yet A.B. Brown has been starting. So this is a great opportunity to have 2 tailbacks, to bring those 2 guys in the game. Gives you a lot. Gives your offense a lot. You can rest them. Know that you really don't change in quality or talent when you substitute.
And add Napoleon to that, and you go 3 deep in that position. 3rd down coming up. Here is Harris going to the air for Wynn. Does he have it? Touchdown if he does. Yes!
There he is, Keith Wynn, a senior out of Dayton, Ohio, 2-year starter. He was a wide receiver. He stole the ball out of the cornerback, Irvin Smith's hands. Smith was in position. He went up. He had the ball. It looked like an interception in the end zone, but 81 Keith Wynn just took it away from him.
Charlie Bauman to kick. It's up and it's good. And we've got a tie ball game. Joe Krivak still not happy. Let's take a look at it again.
Here it is, a little fake counter action. He comes out. The tight end 81 is running in a corner of the end zone. There's the football. Watch Smith go up for it. Number 7. He's got it. And watch what happens. He took it away. Great effort.
Keith Wynn's second touchdown of the season, and West Virginia's even the score with 13:46 of their own on 2 good, strong marches. A 20-yard touchdown pass to Keith Wynn. Here comes the kick. Lowry at the 7. At the 20, and falls ahead to about the 25-yard line. There to make the stop for the Mountaineers, number 53, Ted Kester.
Very
nice march, 3:31 to do it, and a 20-yard TD reception, the second for Keith Wynn. 1st and 10, Maryland. That's Johnson in motion. Second back through. That's going to be the fullback. Lowry tries to leap into what apparently was a hole, but it slows down very quickly. That is not Lowry. That's going to be Johnson. Ricky Johnson from Liberal, Kansas.
Ricky Johnson's the second team tailback, and he just follows his fullback. They're going to go up inside, get some yardage, try to get some first downs.
Look at that.
And look at that time of possession. That tells you why you want to make some first downs and keep your defense off the field.
Dennis Spinelli in at fullback as Maryland goes to the split set. Now they go back to the I on 2nd and 7. Play action. O'Donnell back to throw. Fires. Incomplete and nearly intercepted.
They're bringing the outside linebackers every time, and that puts pressure on the quarterback. That time O'Donnell tried to.
High level of maturity. He covered for a defensive back in the secondary on a play in which he missed. And then he gave that defensive back, who was an upperclassman, a pretty good talking to. Zippy Shearer's in his place. Maryland faced with a 3rd and 7. Score tied at 14. Here's O'Donnell back to throw. Has some time, looking over the middle. It is complete. And it is going to be complete to Joins. Vernon Joins taking the reception, and he's going to have enough for the first down.
That time they came with just 4 down people, West Virginia, giving O'Donnell time. His offensive line protected for him and gave his receivers a chance. Joins comes underneath the deep backs here, behind the linebacker to make the catch, a clutch catch, enough for a first down, keeps things going.
8-yard gain on the play for the first down. Out of the I formation. O'Donnell gives to the fullback. That's going to be Ricky Johnson. He's up at the 40. Ball looks loose, and West Virginia's got it. Coming away is Jim Gray. Back up nose guard. 3rd turnover of the game. Let's see it again.
Just a little off-tackle play here. He gives the ball back to the tailback, Ricky Johnson. And he gets hit right there. And watch the left arm of number 94, Charlie Parker, come over to create the fumble.
Got away from Hofflin on the block, and West Virginia has the ball back now at the 39 of Maryland. 1st and 10. Here's Harris, and here's Andra Johnson, the tailback, going inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line. Driven out of bounds there by Walsh. The play of 3 brings up 2nd and 7. Ball at the 36 of Maryland. That's Grantis Bell in motion. Pitch, Harris to Johnson. Maryland strings it out, and they make the play. Kevin Folks sends Johnson back for a loss at the 41.
And this is what they got to do. They've changed up from sitting back and reacting. They're coming up and playing aggressively. That time they brought the strong safety, Folks, number 2, right up on the line of scrimmage, and he forced the play. He was in perfect position. He was up in Andra Johnson's face. He never had a chance to get on the corner. They've got to take some chances on defense because they can't sit back and work against this mature and very experienced offense, really, of West Virginia.
Score tied at 14. Mountaineers looking at a 3rd and 12. Here's Harris looking for a man. He's open, and it goes to a backup tight end. That time it's going to be complete to Darrell Mitchell. Mitchell inside the 30-yard line.
Watch this play as he sprints here to his left side, gives a little fake to his tailback. He pulls up, and 80. Mitchell gets in the seam inside, wide open. Tackle finally made by D'Amico, the linebacker, coming from inside out.
13-yard gain for Major Harris, who's hit his last 2 passes, both to the tight end. At the 28, Fullback gets the call. This is Evans. Hurdles over people to about the 24-yard line as he tried to follow the block of Brian Smiter. Sailor.
Nothing.
Second down, looking at West Virginia, and 6 to go. Harris fakes one pitch, then goes to Undra Johnson, and Johnson gets taken down by Sidnor, among others, inside the 25 to the 22.
Again, J.B. Brown, the cornerback, came up quick, made the hit. Johnson fumbled the ball. It bounced on the turf right back into his arms. But there's J.B. Brown, the 3-year starter from Fort Washington, Maryland. Watch him come up to the left of the screen and make the hit on the corner. There's Undra, and there's Johnson making the hit. Fortunately, the ball came right back to him.
Third down. Score tied at 14. 10.5 left to go in the first half. Here's Harris. He'll call his own number, but a great open field tackle by Mike Saylor. Saylor, rather, making the stop.
Saylor came up, as did D'Amico, and that middle linebacker core. That time he was running the option that has been very effective for him throughout his career. He elected to keep the ball and get the first down. Great play by the inside linebackers to force West Virginia into a field goal attempt.
Charlie Bauman to do the honors. He's 3 for 3 this season. 39-yard attempt. His longest thus far has been 47. There's the kick. It looks like it's got legs. It's good. Out of the hold of Chuck Levinas, Charlie Bauman hits his 4th field goal of the year and gives West Virginia their first lead of the ball game. The Mountaineers 17, Maryland 14. Back after this from your local station.
Cal State Fullerton. That really was, as he referred to it, almost a scrimmage for him. Now they're playing. This is the real test. And the real test for West Virginia was their ability to come back. 17 unanswered points, and they look very impressive at this time.
Bauman's kick. Beasley's got it at the 7. To the 20. Open up the middle to about the 35, 30, well, it's the 32-yard line. And in on the stop for West Virginia. On the stop, Zippy Shearer made a stop as well. And Darren Fulton in on the tackle. Terrapins 1st and 10 now at their own 32-yard line. Trailing for the first time in this ball game by a field goal. Out of the eye. O'Donnell with a play fake. Looking upstairs. Wants joins. It's intercepted by Alvoid Mays. Mays picks it off, and we've got 4 turnovers in the ball game so far.
All this is play action off a first down. He's looking to get him coming up and eating on the fake on the corner. Mays does not do it. He's trying to hit Joins on a fly pattern out here. He underthrows the football, and Mays, to his credit, finds the ball and makes the interception. And again, West Virginia's got the ball back in very good field position.
Junior college transfer out of Bradenton, Florida. 1st and 10, Mountaineers. They're on 46. Fullback gets the call, or rather the tailback, A.B. Brown, Anthony Brown, the tailback out of Pittsburgh. Nice block on the play by Craig Taylor as he gets close to midfield.
Break here. They've got to force something. They can't afford to let West Virginia control the line of scrimmage as they have.
Clock moving, 9:10 left in the second quarter. Fullback gets the call this time. That's Craig Taylor. And Taylor up over the 45-yard line down to the 44.
Again, you can't say enough. Excuse me. You can't say enough about that offensive line. And Koken and Stroya, the left guard, and Kovac, the right guard, opening up the middle. As we look at O'Donnell, Neil O'Donnell, the junior quarterback, number 14.
Going to warm up on the sidelines. He hasn't had too many reps out there, as they say. West Virginia 5 out of 7 on 3rd down. They've got a 3rd and short coming, and here's Harris to keep. And Harris gets it down to the 40-yard line, picks up 4.
So
in on the stop is going to be Brown and Sidnor.
Just glides. Great athlete. Just came down, running the option back in to the sideline, into the boundary, keeps the ball, falls forward. He's 6'1", 215 pounds. He can do it all. And as a sophomore, he sure has a lot of national attention.
West Virginia in first downs, leading that category by 10. They lead on the scoreboard by 3. And they're looking at first down at the Maryland 39. Harris gives to Brown, and Brown inside the 40 where the yardage is pretty tough, and Warren Powers fights off a block to get the tackle.
Excellent play by Warren Powers, the senior out of Baltimore. He's a big one, 6'6", 277. Number 90, he fought off that block, made a good hit, and kept it to no gain.
So, double tight end set now for West Virginia. on second down. Pitch out of the eye. Here comes Brown. Not much there. Got slowed down. The ball pops loose. But I believe it's going to be blown dead.
They blew it dead, but that time again, anticipating him going wide, either with the option or the pitch, Maryland came up on the corner, and watch the pressure you see as he pitches the ball here back to Brown. Look at the pressure right there. You've got it from Edwards, the cornerback, number 11, and Smith filling the hole. Big question whether he was down. They ruled him down, but it's still in possession of West Virginia, and Major Harris is looking at 3rd and 11.
7:07 left to go in the first half. The Mountaineers by a field goal, and they have a key 3rd down looking at them. Lots of motion ahead of time. Flags are thrown into it. Looks like Keith Wynn might have moved a little early.
Effort by Maryland, especially up front, putting pressure on the football now.
3rd and 16. 2 wide outs to the top side, and Harris dropping back to pass. He's in the pocket. Scrambles out. This is where he's really dangerous. Got the first down and steps out sprightly at the 28.
You know, this guy, number 9, had a hip pointer last week against Cal Fullerton, but he doesn't look like he's hurt here. Watch the balance here. He decides to run. There's a missed tackle by Powers. He just runs away from the linebacker, Saylor, and just the cornerback comes up too short. That's why people are looking at him as one of the top quarterbacks in the country, and there's no question about it.
18-yard gain for Major Harris at the 28, first down in Maryland territory. Here's Brown. Brown breaking tackles and gets down to the 21. Fleece on the stop also helping out as they get up. Chad Sidnor. The defensive backs have made a lot of tackles this afternoon for Maryland.
I want to tell you, Joe Krivak called this rivalry a backyard rivalry. I think it's a backyard brawl, especially up front where that offensive and defensive line are really going after each other.
Second down coming up in about 3. At the 21, Harris gives to Taylor, the fullback, and Taylor trying to jump into the hole there. Gets into the arms of Matt D'Amico. Inside the 20, he's going to be close to it.
Good balance. The other thing about this club that's so impressive, the ability to substitute in the backfield, at fullback, at tailback, at the receiver core. And everybody that comes in has a particular talent. They've got size, got speed, and most of all, they've got experience.
3rd and short, a yard. West Virginia 17-14, looking for the first down. Harris on the toss. This is Brown. Can he turn the corner? No, Folks is there. And a loss on the play of 2 back to the 21-yard line.
What a great effort by the defensive tackle Warren Powers, the cornerback Brown. They came up and made the play along with Folks, the strong safety, but the big guy Powers, who's being blocked, he was double teamed last week. He comes off the block of 68 Phillips there, and watch him run down his tailback with the help of his cornerback or his strong safety Folks. That's a great effort by those 3 players.
Charlie Bauman into kick. This will be a 38-yard attempt. From the left hash, it's blocked. Goes out of bounds. It's blocked at the 28-yard line. Evan Edwards is the man they say is the man who hit it.
Great effort by the Maryland defense. They could have folded here, but they hung on and they made the play.
Here's Bauman's kick. There's Edwards. He made the stop. So, ball goes back to Maryland as they dodged that one with 4:53 left to go in the first half. West Virginia by 3. Miss at a field goal thus far this season, and Maryland's got the football back at their own 28. There you see Neil O'Donnell in command. Lowry and Beasley in back of him. This will be Beasley trying to get outside, gets away from one man. Orlando tries to track him down, and he's joined by Alvoid Mays. Gain of about 4, maybe 6 yards on the play. Poor Orlando getting the bulk of that tackle.
But a great effort by Beasley, the sophomore. That was strictly his speed that made that play go. He got on the corner and he just outran people because they weren't all blocked. But he came up with good yardage, and that's what Neil O'Donnell needs. He's got to put some first downs together.
There's the turnovers, and what's happened, Maryland has fumbled. Had an interception, and they've only paid for it with a field goal. Hand off straight ahead. Close to the first down over the 35-yard line. Lowry, the fullback, moving with the football, and Ran right into the teeth of the West Virginia defensive line. Parker, Summits, and Fox, along with Chris Herring.
The Maryland backs all run with the football. Block. Lowry is a good blocker from the fullback position. Exceptional receiver, too. And we're looking in this game eventually when he throws the ball to come to his backs once in a while. They all can catch and they all can run in the open field.
Gain of 3, third and less than a yard. Here's Lowry. He's got the first down over the 40-yard line. And he's brought down by Darrell Whitmore is back into the contest here for West Virginia.
Excellent block by Blaine Rose, the tight end who comes in on double tights, short situations. He made the block in the corner to give Lowry a chance to make the first down.
And that's the third down conversion we've had in a while here for Maryland. First on the last 4 possessions. We haven't had a first down conversion for the Terrapins. Chuck Gardner says, our statistician. On the 41-yard line, O'Donnell on the pitch. This is Johnson. Or rather, that is Lowry again. He's over the 50-yard line, and he's close to another first down.
He's a fine back, Bren Lowry, at 5'10", 182, the ability to run inside, to block inside as a fullback, and there to get on the corner. Little toss to him to the split end side, and he's quick enough to make a play out of it. Good yardage.
Alvoid Mays and Bo Orlando in on the stop. It's going to be 9 yards on the carry, brings up second and less than a foot.
Lowry had over 500 yards last year rushing, leading rusher on the Maryland team.
This could be a free down here. Joins to the top of your screen on 2nd and 1. O'Donnell goes to the deep handoff, and he is stopped. That looks like Turnbull, the man who got in on the stop. Ronaldo Turnbull really leveled a hit on Mike Beasley.
They just bring him in up on the line of scrimmage, the outside linebacker, and he just cuts down through and gets to Beasley before he ever has a chance to make the cut. Watch at the top of the screen. There he is. There's Beasley trying to get up inside, get the first down. Turnbull, 6'5", 234, going against Beasley, 5'10", 184.
You know who's going to win that battle. Third down. A yard and a half now. Maryland trailing by a field goal. O'Donnell back to throw. Goes up to his back. Beasley complete. At the 20. Lots of running room inside the 20, down to the 10. And Darren Fulton in on a stop.
What a great call. They came out in third and short and threw the football. They released the back out of the backfield up the sideline. The linebacker's got to cover and watch this play. Little fake to the fullback. The tailback has released to the right side. He's getting upfield. There he is, Beasley in the open field. Beautiful call by the Maryland offense, and they got a big play here. They not only got a first down, they got the ball inside the 10-yard line, and they're back with a scoring threat.
43-yard gain by Beasley as they caught Edwards on a blitz. First and goal. O'Donnell, play action, rolling to the top, has Joins open, no, overthrowing. Alvoid Mays, who's already picked the pass off, looked as if he got in the way and blocked the vision of Joins on the play.
Joins was deep. He had him open a little late here by O'Donnell looking to make the play. Little play fake to Beasley, the tailback. He comes to his left. He's got to get the ball right now. He waits a little long, gives Mays a chance to get back and get a hand up in front of it and get a part of that football. Great effort by Alvoid Mays, the senior cornerback.
He's had a strong game, 2nd and goal. He's deflected a pass and intercepted one. O'Donnell on the option, calls his own number, gets inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line, not much there. And it's going to be Darrell Whitmore in on the stop with Chris Parker.
Shows the ability, too, of Neil O'Donnell. He can run the football. He can sprint. That time he tried to run the option and looking to pitch the ball. It was well covered by the cornerback, Mays, again, so he decided to keep it up inside, pick up a couple of yards. But it's 3rd and 7.
West Virginia 17, Maryland 14. And the Terrapins face 3rd and goal at the 7-yard line. Joins to the bottom, just out of his screen. Here's O'Donnell on the quarterback draw. Touchdown. Neil O'Donnell scores his 2nd touchdown of the season for the Maryland Terrapins, and they take the lead by a score of 20-17 with 49 seconds left to go in the first half.
What a great call again. I tell you, to run a quarterback draw with the ball on the 7-yard line, executed perfectly by O'Donnell, but more importantly, got great blocks up front.
Here's Plocky's kick. It is good. And that's how we stand with 49 seconds left to go in the first half of play. Maryland moves back out in front. Let's look at O'Donnell once again.
There's the block up front by Agent. See him steer the nose guard. 99, and that gives O'Donnell a chance to run either way as the linebackers flew out of there thinking pass on 3rd and 7.
So Maryland is back out in front. 21-17 leading the West Virginia University. Welcome back to Mountaineer Field in Morgantown, West Virginia. Maryland now steps back out in front of West Virginia, our 3rd lead change so far this afternoon. And the Mountaineers getting set to receive the kick of Dan Plotke. Plotke's kick, as Fulton looks at it, deep it is 1. They'll get to return this one to the 20 and no more. Matter of fact, a yard shy of the 20-yard line, and they're in on the stop. It is going to be for Maryland.
Let's look at his touchdown again. Watch this quarterback. He takes a 3-step drop, gets a great block from his center agent, his 2 guards, Rugg and Nelson, and that's what happens when you're 6'3" and you can stretch yourself out and make the touchdown. A great effort by the entire offensive line, and of course the quarterback O'Donnell to put them back in this ball game, and they're ahead now 21-17.
Spotted nicely to the blocked field goal. 4:04 took him to score, and this is Calvin Phillips with his first reception of the day. Steps out of bounds, very close to the first down at the 30-yard line for them after West Virginia scored 17 unanswered points to get a little despondent about themselves, but they didn't. 1st and 10. The blocked field goal, of course, helping out. Harris has all day to throw. Complete to Lamont at the 47-yard line. Jamie Lamont with a reception.
Jamie Lamont, the senior out of Washington, Pennsylvania, 5'9", 166 pounds. He's going to run an in pattern from the top of the screen. And look at the time that the quarterback, Harris, has to wait for him to come over behind the linebackers in front of the free safety and make the hit. That shows you, again, the versatility of Major Harris, the threat of him running the football, people hanging there a little bit longer.
It's got to be big to look over those guys to see Lamont in the backfield. 33 seconds remaining in the first half. 1st and 10 for the Mountaineers. They're in Maryland territory at the 48.
Powerful offense. 16 first downs in this first half, the 5 for Maryland. Coming into this ball game, they've been averaging over 309 yards a game in 2 games.
Harris realigns Keith Wynn. And it's the draw. It's going to be to Brown at the 40, the 35, and down to the 34-yard line.
He didn't get out of bounds, though, and the clock keeps running. They ran a little draw play, good call. Maryland playing with 3 defensive linemen, defending with 8.
Hollis on the stop. West Virginia goes without a huddle. Clock stops, though, to move the chain. Now it starts. Here comes Harris. Harris looking for it all. Wants the end zone. It is complete to Phillips at the 5-yard line. Clock stopped with 12 seconds left.
The defensive back slipped and fell and gave Phillips a chance to be all alone. And that was Kevin Folks, the strong safety. When he slipped down, Phillips gets a chance. Look at him fall on about the 7-yard line. He slips. Phillips on the 10 catches the ball. Folks gets up and makes the hit. And now, with 12 seconds left, very interesting call because they're close enough to get the score, but time is against them whether they have enough time to make the play and still have to go for 3. So
they have 6 coming in. Brown and Johnson into the ball game.
Wishbone.
It's out of the wishbone here for Harris, or at least it's showing that as they show a power formation. Slight delay as they spot the ball. Taylor is the up back. Brown and Johnson behind Harris.
Bootleg.
Here's a bootleg by Harris. Touchdown. Calls his own number. On a sweep is Bauman in for the kick. It is good. West Virginia 24, Maryland 21.
They're in a Wishbone formation. He just runs the bootleg off of it. Number 27 out of position. The cornerback coming up. Nobody near him. That's the ability of Major Harris to run the football and to throw the football. We saw it all. That was Michael Hollins, the defensive back who never found him.
Second touchdown of the year for Major Harris. It caps an 80-yard march in 5 plays, and it took him only 41 seconds. A couple of timely passes. The big one to Phillips to take them inside the 3-yard line and set them up on that big play. 8 seconds left to go. 24-21 West Virginia. What more could you ask for in this first half?
Joe Krivak was a downer for him. They were going to go in at halftime up, coming back with a score, and then they gave up that touchdown. A couple of bad breaks, but it tells you about West Virginia's ability to capitalize on breaks and the ability of
Bauman for the kick, keeps it on the ground. If hit once, still loose. And Maryland downs it at the 12-yard line. 3 seconds left on the clock. They'll get a chance for one more play. 63,000 plus have enjoyed it. Everybody's in close. O'Donnell will kneel on it, and the first half will end. But what a first half of action as Joe Krivak leads the Maryland Terrapins to the locker room. As West Virginia steps out in front of Maryland by a score of 24-21. There's Don Nealon. Mountaineers headed in. Boy, their luck looked real bad in the first 5 minutes of play with the 2 touchdowns by Maryland.
But too much experience. They've been around too.
Of course, in his 9th year at West Virginia, 60 wins under his belt. He'd like 61 today, but we've got some time to go before we decide that. Some 30 minutes of football, so we hope you'll stay with us. As Beasley and Lowry go deep now for Maryland. You see Charlie Bowman break away from the special teams huddle. He'll kick off for West Virginia. Our score 24-21. West Virginia leading Maryland here by a field, actually not a field goal. It's been a Major Harris 3-yard naked bootleg at the end of the first half with about 2 seconds left, and that's where it's gone. 3 lead changes thus far. Bauman to kick. It's a squibber, and it comes down to the 12-yard line. With it is Lowry. Out to the 30. Out to the 35, and a nice return of about 24 yards out to the 36-yard line. In on the stop, David Sprouse, linebacker there for West Virginia.
There is the quarterback, Neil O'Donnell, the junior, coming back in. And there's a very interesting stat. Controlling the football.
Wow.
2-1, West Virginia. And there's the average yardage.
Each team doing well. You got to look at Beasley's 74-yard run figures in there somewhere. But Maryland's moved the ball. That's one point I'm sure Joe Krivak has made to them at halftime. 1st and 10, split wins to the top of your screen. Pitch off goes now to Lowry at the 40. He moves ahead to about the 44-yard line.
They come up in a strong set to the Twins that time, to the open field, and they run Lowry from the fullback position. He scored on that earlier, or he made good yardage on that earlier in the second period. This time they just run to the open field and pick up 8.
We haven't seen him do today, Bob, is catch the football,
which he can also do very well.
2nd and short. Make it 2. Got whistles and flags flying at the line of scrimmage, and this play will be blown dead. You look at Joe Clem's shot, he'll come out and give the call.
Illegal procedure on the offense. 2nd down.
You know, we've had a rather penalty-free ball game. Joe Clem's shot is situation at their own 39-yard line. Out of the eye. O'Donnell with a play fake. Rolling left, short drop, wanted his tight end. It's incomplete. Orlando covering on the play.
And the tight end is very upset, Blaine Rose, because the umpire was in his path as he came across. That time we saw a little bootleg action. Watch the umpire right in the middle of the screen there as O'Donnell comes out of his play fake. As he goes to throw the ball, there's the confusion, the umpire and the tight end.
Brings up a 3rd down. West Virginia by 3, 24-21. Maryland with the ball. Split Twins to the bottom. One of them is Joins. Inside of him, Johnson, and he goes in motion. O'Donnell to throw. He'll go to his back. It is tipped and intercepted nearly. Yes, it is. Turnbull touched it. Coming up with it is Parker.
Great effort by Chris Parker. Watch this. He's trying to put this ball quickly out here. It'll swing by the halfback coming out of the play. But 87, Turnbull, 6'5". We talked about his size. It's imposing. He makes the play. But what an effort by Parker, the senior defensive tackle from Whitehall, Pennsylvania.
And what a change of possession at the 20-yard line. Chris Parker on the interception, the second of the day. And here's Andre Johnson. Inside the 20 down to about the 17-yard line. Wayne Brunson and Warren Powers on the stop, and there is Turnbull and Parker.
Parker, the leader of the defensive line. He's an All-American candidate. Great rush tackle against the run, and also can put the pressure on the pass. 6'5", 280. That's the delight. He's worked for that all his life.
That's the first time in a non-obvious passing situation that Maryland has gone to one of their backs, and it backfired on them. Second and 6 rather. Harris. He pitches. Johnson. Flag thrown into the area at the 15-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out as Brown drove him out of there, but let's see what the call is going to be.
That time the cornerback came up the field for Maryland, much too close. Kevin Folks playing on the corner that time. It's a holding penalty that's going to go against West Virginia. Big break here for Maryland because it's going to kick them back. They were pushing that goal line again.
And give their defense a little bit of breathing room. They need. To the top of your screen goes Reggie Rembert out of Independence Junior College by way of Okeechobee, Florida. The I formation, and Harris brings him to the line. Handoff goes to Andre Johnson, and Johnson pulls his way over the 25 to about the 23-yard line. In on the stop is going to be Walsh and also Scott Whittier.
Good job on the backside. They didn't go with the fake. They tried to run a little counter play, and Scott Whittier, the junior linebacker from Virginia Beach, Virginia, stayed at home, made the play, and now it's 3rd and 12 for quarterback Major Harris.
Only the second time this afternoon that they've been 3rd and long. Here's Harris. Has time, fires up top, looking for Lamont. He's covered. Does he have it? No. The height of the Maryland defender, Bob, had to have something to do with that one as Lamont was hiding behind him.
Kevin Folks, again, he was beaten. He looked for the ball and turned the wrong way, but Major Harris put the ball right there. Watch this play. There's number 2. That's Folks. Watch him turn the wrong way. The ball's over the other shoulder.
Folks able to get a hand on it.
But Major Harris put the football on the money, and it was catchable, almost catchable. Great effort by both the receiver and the quarterback.
41-yard attempt by Charlie Bauman. Is it good? Yes, it is. At 12:38 left to go in the 3rd period of play. Charlie Bauman's 41-yard kick puts West Virginia up 27-21. Stay with us. More to come. So Bren Lowry and Mike Beasley, as you saw them, and here's Charlie Bauman to kick off. Comes down to Lowry at the 6. Wedge is formed at the 20. A big hit made down there, and he gets ahead to the 26-yard line. Boy, Beasley tried to throw a block, and he ran head-on into Fulton. Charlie Fedorko on the tackle, and here's the touchdown attempt.
Here's the pass again as he looks upfield for his receiver in the end zone. We see Kevin Folks turns just the wrong way as he goes to the football. A little late on the football, and Lamont was close to making the play, but the key is that Major Harris gets that ball around those receivers. Amazing athlete.
Split twins to the top side out of the I formation. Maryland 1st and 10. O'Donnell gives to the fullback. This time he gets about 3 yards. Looks like it's going to be Johnson, Ricky Johnson. That's his 2nd carry of the afternoon. Johnson from Maryland, from Liberal, Kansas. He's also out of Independence Junior College.
Back of the year, so he's a very talented youngster.
He'll take a slot position on the right side. The lone setback is Lowry. Here's the draw. Goes to Lowry at the 40. He's got the first down. And Bo Orlando has to make a saving tackle in the secondary.
Excellent running by Lowry, but a very fine job up front by the left guard Nelson and the left tackle Clarence Jones, the big sophomore, paving the way and giving him a chance to find the opening.
That's Robert Pickett, you see, walking off the field, limping a bit, has the shield in the face of his helmet, and he's looking at that right knee. West Virginia already has a linebacker out with a knee problem. That's Dale Jackson. They can ill afford to lose another one, despite the fact that they're a very good defense. Here's O'Donnell on first, rolling out to throw. O'Donnell, looks like it's complete, and it's going to be to Dean Green if it is.
Coming out on first down, O'Donnell came to the wide side of the field, and Green, number 30, the junior, came down, just ran a little turn-in pattern, wide open, and O'Donnell found him.
Before 21, a Bauman field goal in the third has it 27-21 Mountaineers. Here's Lowry, straight ahead. He runs into the Theron Ellis there at the 40-yard line, but not before he carries him about 6 yards for a nice gain on first down.
Good job inside, and as we look at Robert Pickett, the senior linebacker from Miami, Florida, as they're icing him down, and it looks like they're icing his calf muscle on his right leg.
So we'll watch and see who comes in for Pickett. It could be Lonnie Brockman, who sees a lot of action in there. He's very physical. Number 97, we'll look for him. 2nd down and 3. At the 39 of West Virginia, Maryland on the move. O'Donnell pitches to Johnson on the corner. He's not going to make anything. At the 44-yard line. Thrown back by Willie Edwards, and Ronaldo Turnbull in on the stop as well.
You cannot play the option any better than that, and we saw it. As he came up, Edwards on the corner, he beat the block, the lead block. Watch this. Here's the fake in here to the fullback. O'Donnell keeps the ball as he comes down. He doesn't see an opening. He puts it on the corner, and there comes 47. Willie Edwards right up, make the play behind the line of scrimmage. Big play, forcing now from a 2nd and short, 3rd and long.
Got lots of competition at that cornerback spot. Preston Waters off arthroscopic surgery, so Edwards getting the playing time. 3rd down. Here's the draw play, and good for the first down. It's going to be to the first back through, and that will be Ricky Johnson.
Beautifully executed play, particularly by the quarterback. O'Donnell, who looked downfield, made it look like a pass, and slipped the ball real quick to his fullback, to his tailback Johnson, and before the linebackers had a chance to recognize it, he was in to their position and got the first down. Watch this as it develops. Beautiful job up front.
So we're going to go to first down here as the ball gets back in action quickly at the 32-yard line. O'Donnell on the give. Johnson again trying to turn the corner. Orlando makes a nice force. Herring finishes him off. Not much gain.
You know,
turned a interception, 84 yards for a touchdown last year against East Carolina. 2nd and 11 for the Terrapins of Maryland. Here's O'Donnell. He'll have to run with it. Got some room. Not enough for the first down. Gets down to about the 27-yard line as he slides into Bo Orlando.
6'3" again, over 220 pounds, 4.7 speed for the 40-yard dash. A very mobile, a fine athlete. As you watch Neil O'Donnell on the drop, things are covered, and now he decides to scramble, and he finds the hole and tucks the ball under, protects himself, and now he's looking at 3rd and 7.
West Virginia 27, Maryland 21. 3rd quarter action with 8:15 to go. There's O'Donnell's numbers. 2 interceptions, 4 out of 10. Back to throw, 3rd and 7, looking downfield, tip, and nearly intercepted by Willie Edwards. Intended for the tight end on the play.
From a touchdown, and forces Maryland to now come up with a 3-point try.
From 45 yards out on the left hash. Out of the hold of Brian McGonigal. There's this hit, and it is good. The field goal by Dan Blocky from 45. 7:57 left to go in the 3rd period of play. The field goal draws Maryland to within 3. West Virginia 27-24. Back after this from your local stations. Capping a drive of 47 yards in 10 plays. Eugene Napoleon is back deep now for West Virginia. He returned one for a touchdown a year ago on a kickoff return, and with 7:57 left to go in the 3rd period, this game tightens up once more. Squibb liner. Napoleon will track it down in the end zone and will not come out with it. We received word from the Maryland bench that Mike Beasley, their outstanding tailback, the sophomore, has a bruised right shoulder and is questionable for the rest of the ball game. We hope you'll join us. Wide to the top side, that's Reggie Rembert for West Virginia on 1st 10. Here's Harris to throw. Harris downfield for his tight end win, and he caught it out of bounds.
That time they had him double covered only because the linebacker did a great job, D'Amico, of getting deep with the tight end. He helped him, and he helped J.B. Brown, the cornerback. This is well played. Watch this. This is a little bootleg action. As he comes in, he fakes to his tailback. He comes on the left side here. He's waiting for his tight end to come across. Watch 49 pick up here, and he runs with him. And there's number 4. The cornerback, J.B. Brown. Great position, good defense by Maryland.
Grantis Bell now in the ball game at wide receiver. He's at the top of your screen on 2nd and 10. Harris gives to the tailback this time. Undra Johnson has cut to the outside, and he gets out over the 30-yard line. Considering the mark, they'll probably give him the first down.
They talk about Undra Johnson. They say he's powerful, and they say he can break tackles. Well, watch this thing as he just breaks away here. A little counter play. Follows, he was going to run that up inside, but he's got enough speed to get on the corner. He breaks it outside of Walsh, the linebacker, and he just busts the tackle by Brown, the cornerback, and he gets the first down all on his own. Great effort.
1st and 10. West Virginia at the 30-yard line. Their own 30. Harris with a play fake, rolling right. They'll have to run away from Saylor. And gets knocked out of bounds after a nice 7-yard gain at the 37. Flag far sideline, or is there one?
No flag, no flag. The official was right there, and 7 coming over Irvin Smith, the cornerback, really held up a little bit. But that showed.
2nd and 2. Fullback gets the call. Straight ahead, that's Taylor. Craig Taylor bullying his way ahead close to the 40-yard line. He's going to be short. Coming up to help make the stop is going to be Rick Fleece from Summerdale, New Jersey.
Rembert, Lamont, and of course Calvin Phillips.
3rd and short. West Virginia by 3. They hit the tailback up into the hole, but it looks like he's not going to make it. That was Taylor that time.
You got to be impressed by Maryland, who looked like they maybe walked over in that 2nd period and early in the 3rd period, but they've come back here and they've risen up on defense to make plays, and that time it was D'Amico. Matt D'Amico, the senior, knifing in from the corner position, from his linebacker position, and watch him come in, numbers 49, and he steps right up in that hole and makes the hit on Undra Johnson and keeps him from a first down. That was a great defensive effort by the entire Maryland defense.
For only the 2nd time today, Lance Carrion will be up to punt. There's the kick. Back to get it is Lowry at the 10. Nowhere to go, and he slips and falls at the 15-yard line. We've got a flag on the play. Could be a blocking on behind to boot. A 51-yard kick by Lance Carrion, who came in here with a 47.8-yard average.
A great kick. They're going to get a penalty out of it and force Maryland to have the football inside the 10-yard line, which is going to be awfully tough to start down there.
Clipping call.
When they had Maryland pinned back, they came after him, particularly with their outside linebackers, put pressure on the quarterback in the running game.
All right, Johnson comes in at tailback for the injured Mike Beasley. At the 7 of Maryland, this is Johnson. Johnson threading his way back to about the 8, a gain of 1. Summit's in on the stop along with Turnbull.
Okay, there's the offensive line with the offensive line coach talking to Kokin and Kovac. And Smiter, of course, the big right tackle, Brian Smiter. They've got it, size and speed and experience.
All 5th-year seniors. And a lot of them who will be 5th-year seniors as their backups next year. 2nd down and 9, Maryland. Hand off to Johnson. Near the 10, Turnbull is in on the play again along with Chris Herring.
Here's where they missed the speed of Mike Beasley, who's been hurt and he hasn't been back in the ball game. Beasley is the guy who made that play work in the first half, running that counter play so quick he gets up into the seam. Johnson that time had the opening, but they closed it quick, and now quarterback Neil O'Donnell is facing a 3rd and long.
And facing a situation where West Virginia might send a few people after him. Who knows? Joins to the bottom of your screen. Barry Johnson to the top. O'Donnell to throw. He'll run it. Quarterback draw. This time 3 yards. That's it. Chris Parker on the stop.
They kept him in the pocket that time. They gave him no seam in the front 4 of Parker and Summits and Fox. Kept him in the seam and made him go down, and 4th down, and they're punting deep in their territory, and West Virginia has a chance to get field position.
And Dan DeArmas is going to kick away, and Grantis Bill is back to receive. DeArmas does not get a good one off. And it takes a West Virginia bounce, and it'll be down by Maryland at the 36-yard line. Bad break for DeArmas on the kick of 25 yards. West Virginia in excellent field position, leading by 3 with 4:01 left to go in the third quarter. Announcers for this game are selected and compensated by Jefferson Pilot Teleproductions. This broadcast is a copyright presentation. Any use of this broadcast without the express permission of West Virginia University and the Atlantic Coast Conference is prohibited. Steve Martin along with Bob Cassiola at Mountaineer Field in West Virginia, and there's what Major Harris has done today. As the Mountaineers 1st and 10 at the Maryland 33, and this is A.B. Anthony Brown inside the 30. He loses the football, and Maryland apparently has got it back.
Hold it. It looks like it, but 2 officials say he was down. The other officials marking the football as a recovery, but I think they're going to bring it back and give it to West Virginia.
And that would be at the 26-yard line. It would be a gain of 7, so it's a gain of 7 for Brown, and just a lot of suspense and drama afterward, but little else.
Here it is, as you see A.B. Anthony Brown going up inside. He's hit, he's holding the football, and he fumbles the football. He fumbled the football.
Here's Harris. First man through. Taylor inside the 15. Tackled by Sidnor at the 10-yard line. 16, 17-yard run.
Craig Taylor used as a blocker most of the time, but ability to run inside. He's got good speed, and he runs behind Koch in the center. Watch this block up front. They block down. Control the nose guard, cut off the defensive tackle Powers, and he's into the secondary for a big gain. West Virginia knocking on the door again.
1st and goal just inside the 10. Here's Brown. Brown to the 5. Sidnor as well as Saylor in on the stop. Scott Saylor out of Penn Argyle, Pennsylvania.
And Maryland defense played a lot today, played tough at times, held on, but they've been put in tough field position many times.
That's right. Once in the first half, they were down at the inside the 20, and they got away with just a field goal. West Virginia looking for something more this time on 2nd and goal at the 5. Here is Harris. Harris wants to pitch. He does. Touchdown. A.B. Anthony Brown.
Brown gets the score, but Major Harris made the play. Watch how he holds the ball right to the end before he pitches it. That's the key. He comes down the line and he holds that football. Everybody flocks to him. And Major Harris makes the pitch, and here's the try for the extra point.
Here's Bauman's kick. It's good. Splits the uprights, and that gives West Virginia their biggest lead of the ball game.
He runs the option here. Little fake to the fullback. He holds, he holds, he holds. Everybody comes to him, and then he kicks the ball outside, and the cornerback is out of the picture. Great execution, but it's number 9 coming up here today to play a really talented West Virginia football team.
Persistent light rain has fallen most of the day. This is Lowry in the end zone coming out to the 20. There's a hole. Lowry over the 40, and Maryland comes back with excellent field position.
Stepped out of bounds. They're marking the ball back at about the 34-yard line where he hit the sideline. But a nice return by Lowry. Lowry does it all for him. Runs the football, blocks, and here, returning the kickoff.
And he is from the end zone. We'll watch where he steps out. Took away 10 yards from himself.
There it
was.
Right there.
He went another 10 yards without knowing. So at the 34, after the 35-yard return, a yard deep in the end zone, Maryland goes to work. Down by 10. Play action. O'Donnell slips. And O'Donnell goes to the ground as he tries to get inside the rush of Mike Fox at the 31-yard line. Let's go back to the touchdown again and see what the defense was looking at.
You can see this. This is great.
Second sack of the day for the West Virginia defense. 2nd and 13 for Maryland. O'Donnell. Play fake. Rushes on. Lets it go. It is incomplete. Intended for Joins. Mays covering on the play.
Mays slipped a little bit. Excuse me, it was Whitmore back there and Mays. Mays slips a little bit, and Joins is wide open, and the ball kind of flutters to him, and I think he misjudged it to a certain extent.
See it again.
O'Donnell is under pressure. Here he is. He's going to his left. He gets his shoulders around and throws his football. There's the slip by number 3, Mays. As we see him come down, he just breaks this thing to the sideline, comes back to the football. Should have caught it.
Maryland faced with their 12th third down conversion. They've converted 5 thus far this afternoon. Down by 10. O'Donnell on the pitch. This is Johnson headed for the corner. Has some room. Herring tracks him down at the 35. Whitmore helps out.
Chris Herring, the junior linebacker who came in here last year and started from Pueblo, California. Beautiful play as he went inside, outside. He's got great speed at 6'2", 210. And he was helped by Darrell Whitmore, the free safety who came all the way from his middle position in the middle of the field to make a hit on the sideline. Big play. Turn the ball back now to the offense as Maryland is forced to punt.
DeArmas on again. The last kick he had was only 25 yards. 1:03 left to go in the third quarter. Here's the kick by DeArmas. Grannis Bell tries to get away from it. Now gets it at the 15, the 16-yard line and falls down. Looked like, Bob, he was a little indecisive as to whether or not, well, should I get near this thing or should I just let it go?
Well, it wasn't a great kick, but he kicked it away from him, and he gave him a chance to bounce. And then, you know, on this turf, anything happens, and that's what happened to Bell. But they get the ball back, and here comes Major Harris, who's had a great afternoon.
48-yard punt by DeArmas. As Harris trots out onto the field, led out there by that great offensive line for West Virginia. 1st and 10 at his own 16. Harris sprinting. Wants it all. Has Rembert. Complete. Mike Hollis is the only thing that stands between Rembert and the end zone.
Watch 27 Hollis. He never looks for the football. He never gets a call to look for the ball. He never knows where it is, and Rembert just beats him deep. The ability of Major Harris to sprint on the corner, get away from any rush, gets great protection. Nobody's up in his face. He has time to set. He shows the kind of gun he has, and he delivers the football, and Reggie Rembert shows the speed to get upfield and on the outside.
55 yards downfield as Anthony Brown gets the call on 1st and 10 from the Maryland 29. He gets to the 25. Darren Drozdoff on the tackle.
And that's the tremendous talent overall for this West Virginia team is what everybody's talking about. The ability to run the football, and now they've got receivers with speed and size and a quarterback like Major Harris. There's no question about, you know, their future. If they can stay healthy and play tough, they're going to be a tough team to beat this year.
We're coming down to the end of the third quarter. There it is. A strong third period for West Virginia. And the Mountaineer faithful, some 63,000 strong, applaud as West Virginia takes a 34-24 lead over Maryland. This is Great American Independent Football. Ball to go on our Great American Independent Football feature classic of the week. West Virginia 34-24 over Maryland. Harvard leading Columbia. Columbia trying to break a 41-game losing streak. Not too successful this afternoon. Here is Craig Taylor. Taylor headed for the end zone. He's going to be down, I believe, at the 2-yard line.
They're turning it on now. Craig Taylor, the starting fullback, the senior from Linden, New Jersey, breaking into the secondary. At 6 foot, 215 pounds, he runs like a halfback, gets the ball down on the 2-yard line. But what a gaping hole in the middle of that line by the West Virginia offensive line.
J.B. Brown on the stop. Here's Bolt into the end zone. Touchdown for Taylor.
If you go over the last 10 football games for West Virginia, the 2 this year, 8 from last year, they have averaged just under 39 points a game. That is mighty impressive offensively. They've racked up 40 already with 14 minutes to go, a little over 14 minutes to go here against Maryland. Tremendous offensive punch.
Here comes the kick. It is up. And it is good by Charlie Bauman. 14:36 left to go in the football game. Craig Taylor's 2-yard rush, as you see here, gives West Virginia a 41-24 lead over the Maryland Terrapins from Mountaineer Field in Morgantown, West Virginia. We'll be back after this word from your local station. Fourth quarter, 14:36 left to go. Craig Taylor has just punched it in from 2 yards out, capping an 83-yard march in 4 plays. Taylor's
305 yards rushing today on 56 carries for the West Virginia offense. That's 5.4 yards per carry.
Here's Lowry right up the middle on the special team return. He gets it out to the 34-yard line. The tackle is made by Ron Weaver on the special teams for West Virginia. 19-yard return. Official attendance announced today, 60,188. They like their football in this state no matter what the weather. They sold all 63,500 seats, and they only came away with about maybe 2,000 no-shows. As a sky fell here at around 11 o'clock this morning. 1st and 10, Maryland. O'Donnell. Team down by 17. They go for the draw. West Virginia doesn't buy it as Lowry is flattened at the 32-yard line. Let's take a look at some scores from around the country on this busy college football Saturday afternoon. Virginia leading Georgia Tech 14-10.
Notre Dame moving ahead of Michigan State in the 3rd period, 13-3.
And Penn State has moved back in front of the Boston College Eagles 17-13. There's that Harvard score we showed you just a few moments ago, up by 17. 2nd and long for Maryland, trailing West Virginia 41-24. O'Donnell with a big rush on. Gets away, fires down the sideline, incomplete.
Threw the ball out of bounds. Lots of pressure on him coming again from Turnbull, the outside linebacker, and in the inside, the big tackle, the inside linebacker Ellis was up in his face. But it shows the ability of Neil O'Donnell. He can.
O'Donnell's had a tough time, and you can credit the West Virginia pass rush and their excellent talent in the secondary. 3rd and long. Here is O'Donnell. He'll have to run with it. He's tackled, and it's going to be Chris Parker downing him in the backfield.
We got a late flag here. It's going to be interesting what this is.
See what the call is going to be. It's a holding call against Maryland. West Virginia likely will decline to bring up a 4th and long.
What they've done this second half is they've kept him in the pocket most of the time. When he looks to run, because he has the ability to run, they've kept him close, and people have been able to put the hit on him.
On the offense, the penalty is declined. 4th down.
And now the pressure of being on offense, being on defense so long is starting to take its toll, as Maryland will have to kick the ball back, and West Virginia again could end up in pretty good field position. He's got his mic on still.
DeArmas will have to kick from his own 15-yard line. Low snap, but he gets it away. Nice recovery. Bell at the 33. And Maryland gets down with good kick coverage to limit him to a 3-yard return. D'Amico making the stop out of Potomac, Maryland. A 43-yard punt, a 3-yard return. It is West Virginia 41
yards, but getting him out of trouble. That's the key today. He brought him back from a 14-0 deficit. They're up 41-24.
Sophomore from Pittsburgh. Going back home next week to play the Panthers. Here's Craig Taylor, who just scored, and he picks up some more wholesale yardage, close to 10, out over the 45-yard line to the 46. Matt D'Amico in on the stop.
Big block by Brian Smider, the right tackle. Big kid, 6'4", 297. He opened up the path, give Taylor, the fullback, a chance to get on the corner, make good yardage.
Big yardage through the air today. 25 yards a pass. It's pretty good average for Major Harris. This is Taylor. Straight ahead looking for that 1st down. Looks like he's got it. Up over the 46 to the 47. Jack Bradford making the stop.
Craig Taylor out of Linden, New Jersey. Started in 1987 last fall for this club. Power back, speed in the open field, good hands. 8 rushes last week for 60 yards today. Just doing his thing, blocking and running the football.
He's been featured more here in the second half. we've seen earlier. Here's Harris back to throw on first as a man open, and it is intercepted by J.B. Brown. Intended for Phillips, and Brown is on the loose. Brown at the 40, near midfield, and tripped out of bounds on the far sideline. We've got a flag down.
Big interception that time. The same combination. This time J.B. Brown makes the interception, gets the ball back. Wherever the penalties go, Maryland's got the football back with 12:11 left on the clock here in the fourth period.
It's a clip. And it'll be marked off on the spot of the infraction, but as Bob said, it will be Maryland's football.
That time Major Harris coming off, trying to hit his receiver deep down the middle. As we see here, a little play fake. He sets up, which gives him time.
Lifting on the run back.
Comes up a little bit short. It gives J.B. Brown a chance to get up in front of the intended receiver, Phillips, and make the catch. Great effort by Brown as he avoids Rembert, 88. He gets upfield, but we've had some blocks. It'll push this ball back inside the Maryland 30-yard line.
And Joe Krivak will take the chance to have the football again and stop another West Virginia drive, possibly get something going of their own at their own 28-yard line. There's the second half statistics.
And that tells the story. Yep. West Virginia's had possession of the football, and they've done something when they got the football. They scored.
Split backfield for O'Donnell. Back to throw. New quarterback. This is not O'Donnell in there. That is going to be Scott Zolak. And it is incomplete in his first attempt. To the sidelines to Johnson.
Scott Zolak is a sophomore. He's 6'5", 227 from Monongahela, Pennsylvania. They think he is a future star. He's got great size, a very strong arm, a big, durable kid. There he is, 13, Scott Zolak.
12:06 remaining, and there you see Major Harris. From Brashear High School in Pittsburgh. Back to action, second down and about 8. They call it complete to Johnson on the sideline. Zolak gives to Spinelli. Not much there for Dennis.
Spinelli in at fullback, the junior. Started 8 of 11 games last year. Good blocker, good runner, good passer. Missing, there's no question they're missing Mike Beasley, who went out earlier in this game.
Now the dramatic drop off of their offense to only 50 yards total here in the second half, not counting this drive. Third down coming up. West Virginia by 17, Maryland with the ball. West Virginia showing blitz. Zolak straight back to fire. It is complete. As a man open, and it's going to be good enough for the first down. The pass is complete out there to Johnson. Chris Herring snares him for the stop.
Something we haven't seen much today in the passing game. They've looked for their receivers deep. They're split receivers. They love to come to the backs. Now they just start to hit the backs. That time it was Ricky Johnson coming out of the backfield. Got him the football, got him a first down.
You know, they threw 68 passes to their running backs last year. 24 to Spinelli and 44 to Lowry. And there you see Neil O'Donnell, a spectator on the sidelines here, as Zolak takes control of the team at the 41-yard line. First and 10, Johnson with a handoff. Nice lead block, gets over the 45 to the 47. Orlando on the stop.
Good block that time by the offensive tackle Ben Jefferson, number 70. His little counter play gave Johnson a chance to get up, run off tackle, and pick up about 7 yards.
You think Jefferson's got enough size at 321?
Yeah, I think he's big enough. He just sort of screens people off, and that's all you need.
Second down and 4. Maryland working 2 yards shy of midfield. Here's Spinelli for the first down. Into West Virginia territory at the 46. There's still plenty of time in this one. 10:19 left to go in the football game. West Virginia 41, Maryland 24, and Maryland trying to put together a nice drive.
They're putting together a drive. It's a perfect opportunity for somebody like Zolak to come in the game, get a little time. I don't think it's that O'Donnell is hurt. I think that they wanted to take a look at this kid, and they think enough of him to put him in this situation.
Dean Green goes wide to the top side. Zolak stacks him in the eye on first and 10 from the West Virginia 46. Play action. Solak to fire. It is intended for Joins and broken up. Nearly intercepted by Bo Orlando.
Orlando coming from the strong safety position deep, came in and made a perfect play on the flight of the ball as Joins was trying to get upfield and get on the outside. Strong safety because not only does he have the speed, he's an outstanding tackler.
Second down and 10. To the top side of your screen, that's Vernon Joins. Solak puts a man in motion. Johnson back to throw. 5-step drop. Gets it over the middle. It is picked off by Orlando. Orlando has nobody in front of him. It'll be a West Virginia touchdown. For the second time in that young man's career, he has picked off a pass and returned it to the end zone.
That time, Solak had pressure on him, and he was trying to dump the ball off to one of his backs. But the experience of Bo Orlando showed up. He diagnosed the play, came up from his strong safety position, picked the ball up in flight, and there was just nobody there. But the pressure created that situation, the pressure on Solak. Bo Orlando,
56 yards.
Excuse me, a senior from Berwick, Pennsylvania. Outstanding athlete. Tough, durable, good speed. He's got it all.
Charlie Bauman to kick out of the hold of Chuck Levinus. There's the kick. It is up and it is good. Let's take another look at Bo Orlando's 56-yard interception return.
Watch the pressure coming here. There's the inside pressure from Pickett. He puts the pressure on. He's trying to dump the ball off, but there's Orlando right in the face of 84, David Carr, the tight end. And it's a foot race, and he's got a good lead.
Bo Orlando takes it all the way, and with 9:43 left to go in the fourth quarter, Bo Orlando takes it home, and West Virginia now up by a bundle. It's 48-24. Mountaineers will be back after this word from your local station. Virginia leading 24-21. Charlie Bauman's kick. And it's taken at the 8. Johnson. Big tackle at the 23-yard line. Let's take a look at Bo Orlando's interception one more time.
It shows his experience because Virginia's for real. I want to tell you, a lot of people wondered because of their first two games against Bowling Green and Cal Fullerton, but this is an outstanding football team.
They've outscored Maryland 48-10 since the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Solak throws a little flare pass to Johnson, and Johnson is really nailed at the 29-yard line by Robert Pickett.
Pickett's back. He was sort of hurting a little bit earlier with his knee, but he's back in the ball game. We got a humdinger next week when you think about it. This ball club going up to Pittsburgh, and we know Pittsburgh's a little bit younger, but they've got a lot of talent also. It's going to be a great one.
And Pitt has had West Virginia's number for a couple of years, so it's an excellent opportunity for the Mountaineers. Of course, Pitt still has to play Ohio State tonight. There's your scoring summary. West Virginia in the second half, 24-3, up 48-24 on Maryland. Here's Solak to Ricky Johnson, up over the 35. Looks like he's got first down yardage. See a number of new shirts into the lineup now. Dave Lockwood is into that defensive secondary for West Virginia. Here are the turnovers this afternoon. 4 turnovers for Maryland. Last year, West Virginia had 6. They've got 2 so far this afternoon, but that's what West Virginia's been able to do with those miscues. Mistakes on a wet day and a very talented crew to convert them. First and 10, Maryland at the 37. Solak running, has his man Spinelli complete. Good for a first down. He steps out of bounds just outside the 49-yard line.
Maryland coming into this game, you mentioned earlier, has won 4 in a row. Don Nalen is 3-5 versus Maryland, brings them a little closer, but they've won 4 in a row. Before that, West Virginia had won 3 in a row. He seems to run in those kind of series.
Going to see this young man, Greg Jones, probably in the next series, and they're buzzing about him.
He's from Miami, Florida, 6'2", 190 pounds, transfer from the University of Miami.
Solak 4 for 6 since coming in, but the big interception to Orlando has to be figured in there as well. Here is the end around reverse. Dean Green drops the ball. It's still loose around the 40-yard line. Does Maryland recover? Looked like Pickett was going to pounce on it.
Blaine Rose, the tight end, came back and found it, but this was set up. They were looking to get the ball to Dean Green, who's got 4.3 speed in the 40, as you see him come back, number 30 here. But he just never gets a handle on it. The ball looked like it was fine. Fortunately, Rose was there to make the recovery.
Well-designed play, although Pat Marlatt looked like he was going to get a hold of it.
Now Zolak is facing second and 18.
7:47 left to go in the ball game. West Virginia has doubled the score on Maryland. Zolak back. Big pressure on, he's sacked. Scott Summits, the nose guard. Lonnie Brockman helped out. Boy, nose guard's been a big position for West Virginia to fill this year. Looks like they got a good one, though.
Straight drop back here. Yeah, there's Summits right in his face. Scott Summits, the senior from Davidsville, Pennsylvania. 6'3", 278 pounds. That's what fell on him. And there's Lonnie Brockman, the junior.
To go at 29 yards. 6:56 clock running. Here's the pitch to the corner to Johnson. Johnson gets a little bit of running room out to about the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but woefully short of what Maryland needs for the first down. So the punting unit comes on, and the West Virginia home crowd of 60,000 plus applauds their defense. They've absorbed a lot of moisture here this afternoon. Rains associated with Hurricane Gilbert, but they've had fun. Here's the kick by DeArmas. Big pressure on, but he got it away. Grannis Bell has it at the 20. Nowhere to run to the 22-yard line. There's Major Harris, done for the day. And a great day it was for him. Ran for a touchdown, passed for another. And there is his replacement, Greg Jones. And his numbers so far this season. Transfer out of University of Miami, as Bob told you. And his first play from scrimmage, he goes with Rico Tyler, and Tyler finds very little running room.
Greg Jones.
Napoleon, I'm sorry.
Greg Jones comes out of Miami, Florida, where when he was a high school quarterback, he was probably the most highly regarded player in the state. Heavily recruited, went to the University of Miami, transferred here to West Virginia. They like him. He's got a strong arm, and again, a talented athlete, can run the football also.
Redshirt sophomore. Transfer, actually. Lamont comes across the formation. Here's Jones' first attempt of the day. Upfield, boy, put some zip on it. Complete to Lamont at the 31-yard line. Boy, can he throw.
Great catch by Lamont because he concentrates with a lot of people around him. Very fast, exciting receiver, Jamie Lamont. But a fine pass by Greg Jones. On the run, he put it right on the money with authority.
11 yards downfield. He's averaging about 26 yards a pass completion thus far. 206 yards. There's West Virginia's offensive output over the last 10 games, as Bob told you. They've got 48 on the board today. Here's Jones looking straight ahead. That's going to be Tyler, I believe. Rico Tyler, backup fullback, goes up over the 35-yard line to about the 36. Pickup on the play of about 3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Great opportunity for Don Nalen now to play a lot of people here at the end of the ball game. Give him a little time. He's got a lot of depth. This club came back. They were trailing 14-0 early on, but they've come back storming, playing great defense and moving the football on the ground and in the air.
Here's Smith again, looking up top, has Lamont complete at the 36. Still on his feet. Lamont water bugs his way to the 32-yard line. Gain on the play of 32 as Greg Jones links up.
This kid can throw the football. We said strong arm, good drop, just sets up, looks to his left, finds Lamont coming across, running a post pattern, and the ball is right there.
Lamont does a lot with it after the catch.
Yeah, he makes guys look bad. You say missed tackles, but he makes you miss.
Out of the eye, Napoleon gets the handoff. Napoleon not going very far this time. Kevin Folks gets him at about the 30-yard line, a gain of 2.
There's the depth at the running back position. Eugene Napoleon could start for a lot of clubs. He's playing third-team tailback here behind A.B. Brown and Undred Johnson. Last year we saw him play and do well Got great speed from Jersey City, New Jersey.
Here is West Virginia, Don Nealon. It's tough for these guys in this second unit. You know, Don Nealon wants to leave this thing respectable. Those guys are fighting for jobs out there as well. Hand off to the fullback Tyler, straight ahead to the 30, up to about the 29-yard line. Oftentimes,
offensive line. They've got their second-team offensive line in there, but they're a pretty impressive group, believe me. When you go across with Jefferson and Franciscus.
We've got a flag on the far side of the field. Maryland's going to be called for too many men on the field as Tyler fights his way to about the 25-yard line, but they'll go way across the other side to look at this one.
Right now they have in at right tackle Milton Redwine. Remember Milton, he's 6'4". He's only 300 pounds.
Well, just 300. Wolfley is in there too, Dale Wolfley. There's the call. Too many men on the field. Wolfley has a couple.
By 3 points.
The substitution penalty leaves West Virginia with a 3rd and 1. Brandis Bell to the top of the screen for Greg Jones. Phillips comes across the formation. Here's Jones on a handoff to Napoleon. He's got the first down, but he paid a price for it as soon as he crossed the 22-yard line. Looks like Webster got in on him. Also making a nice stop there for Maryland was number 65, Glenn O'Neill. Wow. That's a big hole to drive through. First down achieved for West Virginia. 2:37 left to go in the ball game. It's West Virginia 48, Maryland 24. An explosion in the second half has allowed the Mountaineers to stiff arm the Terrapins this afternoon. Greg Jones on the pitch to Napoleon. Tyler leads out. Napoleon at the 15. Hurdles his way down to the 12-yard line. J.B. Brown pushes him out.
You know the speed he has. We saw it last year. He can still run, that kid. Eugene Napoleon got on the corner on him today. I'll tell you, everybody on that defense for Maryland has been up against a real awesome crowd in this West Virginia crowd.
Tyler gets the call inside over the 10, inside to about the 8-yard line. And it's going to be another first down, and it's going to be 1st and goal. West Virginia, 27 first downs and 500 total yards this afternoon. Penn State leading BC 20-13.
BC's hanging in there pretty tough, playing at Penn State.
And West Virginia and Georgia Tech having a battle out at Scott Stadium in Charlottesville. 14-13 the Cavaliers. 1st and goal. Here's Jones, handoff Napoleon. Squirts his way to the 5-yard line. Goes down in the grasp of number 99, Larry Webster, a redshirt freshman from Elkton, Maryland. This West Virginia team heads up the road about 90 miles to Pittsburgh, and they will encounter their arch rivals in the backyard, Pittsburgh's Panthers.
It's going to be a great one because we saw them last year. It was a close, tough ball game here. Pitt's playing Ohio State tonight. Next week, it's West Virginia.
2nd and goal. Tyler and Napoleon the setbacks. Here's Jones on the option. Pitches. It goes astray, and it looks like Maryland's going to pick it up. Chad Sidnor gets it.
That time he ran a little counter option and put the ball on the ground.
Incomplete forward pass.
So they're going to call it a forward pass, incomplete on the shovel that time.
Which stops the clock at 1 minute and 23 seconds.
So Greg Jones will live a better life as far as the coaches are concerned. 3rd and goal from the 5. Jones pitches to Napoleon. Here's the end around to Rembert. Rembert on the block. Touchdown. With 1:15 left to go, Reggie Rembert on the end around from Napoleon.
Coming into this football game, he's run that play 3 times for a total of 45 yards. Great speed for this junior college transfer out of Florida, went to junior college in Kansas. A heck of an athlete at 6'6", 200 pounds. Great speed. Made it easy.
Here's Bauman On the point after kick, it is good. And the Mountaineers move into the 50s. With 1:15 left to go, Reggie Rembert from 5 yards out on the reverse gives West Virginia a 55-24 lead over Maryland. Back after this from your local.
Here, we want Pitt. That's what they're chanting in the West Virginia stands, and they got them next week.
And we'll have them right here on the station that you're watching with Great American Independent Football. 162 points, averaging 54 points a game. The West Virginia Mountaineers. Bauman with a squib kick. Picking it up is Ricky Johnson. Johnson straight ahead. Gets up to about the 35-yard line. And that's where he's going to stop. Jefferson Potter Teleproductions executive producer is the amiable Jimmy Rayburn. Peter Last did a great job on stats with us today. 1st and 10. Zolak in the ball game for Maryland, and here comes a handoff straight ahead. And that's going to be let's see, that's going to be Ed Suggs. Here's the rest of our crew there. They did an outstanding job today. Responsible for the camera shots that you saw. We enjoyed ourselves thoroughly. And we also want to thank people at West Virginia University for extending their hospitality to us. 2nd down and about 5. So we wind down with 42 seconds left to go in the football game. Zolak, quarterback for Maryland, hands off. And this is going to be Suggs again. Suggs turns it upfield, gets up over the 40-yard line. Maryland making no attempt really to stop the clock. They've had a tough afternoon.
It's been a tough afternoon, but yet they've done some good things. They were in this ball game for at least 3 quarters. They just got themselves in tough field position, couple of bad breaks, but West Virginia did a great job. There's Joe Krivak. He's got a young football team, and Don Nalen, he's got an experienced football team that's very talented. Another test for him next week. But they've matched it today, and they've looked very good coming back from a 14-0 deficit.
And the ball game is over on that last play from scrimmage. Don Nehlen heads across the field to congratulate Joe Krivak and shake his hand. But for the Mountaineers, an outstanding football game today. They exploded in the second half to win 55-24, breaking open a close ball game that was 24-21 at the end of the half.
Very interesting. Joe Krivak cannot be found. Oh, here he comes. Okay, there it is.
So he and Don Nehlen meet, and they talk. Don Nehlen, of course, a graduate from Bowling Green, 58. Krivak, 57 grad out of Syracuse. 2nd year as a head coach, but a long afternoon this afternoon. There's your final score. The West Virginia Mountaineers go to 3-0 with a 55-24 victory over the Maryland Terrapins here in Morgantown, West Virginia. It's